How's it going, guys? My name is TJP, and welcome back to another NBA 2K23 MyNBA video. We've got another career simulation, and this was a suggestion recommended by a couple of people. So Shane Robinson and also Black Panther, I believe, both suggested Stephen Curry. So we're going to do that. We also have KD and Westbrook. KD is on the block, so we could do KD as well, too. Maybe we'll do Stephen Curry, then KD, maybe Westbrook. But let me know in the comments, though, if you want to see some more career sims. I enjoy these. And, yeah, leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. And, yeah, we're going to be doing Stephen Curry. We're going to see how his career unfolds if we're to resimulate. Obviously, it's still going on. He's still got some years left in him. But maybe we just resimulate and see what happens. You know, up to this point, will he be better? Maybe he'd be better without injuries. I mean, injuries will be on. Same rules as applied for the other career sims. I mean, injuries are going to be on, all that. So... maybe it's worse. Who knows? So we'll see if he has a better career, you know, in real life or in the game. And I guess with that being said, we're getting on to the gameplay. All right, so we're about to go to the draft, and I'll make sure not to skip it this time. What I did with, I think it was when I did Kobe's career sim, I accidentally skipped it. So this time we won't do that by accident. Of course, now I do have historic changes on. I needed rule changes on the entire time. And I did have them on for, I think, the last sim, but the other couple sims I did before that, I didn't have them on. So there was something there, but I will say it's going to be exciting to see where Curry ends up. Ironically, I find it funny that LeBron James and also, what's-his-face, Carmelo Anthony are both on their respective teams that they were drafted in real life. And Dwayne Wade got drafted by the Jazz, and he, I guess, is a minority owner, which is kind of funny. So Curry in this redraft, he's going to go, I would assume he goes number 1. Although the Warriors have a chance. The Warriors have a chance. Number 2 pick. Could go to the Celtics. That'd be interesting as well. So we'll see. You guys saw kind of the selections. So we're kind of just going through these a little bit quick, see if anybody hops. So far, no changes. So let's see. Rockets will stay at pick 11. So far, nothing out of the ordinary. 10th pick here. We'll be going to the Thunder. Fantastic. Bobcats. Could play for his hometown team. No, not going to. Well, I mean, he grew up in Charlotte. He wasn't born in Charlotte, but he grew up there. Spurs with the 8th pick. So there you go. So far, it doesn't look like anyone jumped. Grizzlies will stay at pick 7. Pick 6 will be made by the Bucks, which means the Suns are in the top 3. Okay. Dallas also goes into the top 3 as the Nets drop to 5. Pick 4, the Warriors. So it looks like the Warriors will not be getting Curry because he most likely will be going number 1 unless he somehow slips. Winner their pick, Nets. The Celtics get the 3rd pick. Then there were 2, the Nets. And the Suns get number 2, which means the Nets have the number 1 overall pick. But that's going via Dallas. Or I guess that was, or that rather, maybe that was Dallas's pick that could have went to New Jersey. But I guess it was lottery protected. So Dallas has the number 1 pick. Interesting. Will they draft Stephen Curry? Well, I don't know. We're going to find out. Let's go to the draft. So here we go. Mavericks are on the clock. First pick, Stephen Curry. Will be going to Dallas. So there you go. Dallas will be getting Curry. Let's see. Blake Griffin goes number 2 to the Phoenix Suns. James Harden goes to the Celtics. The Warriors now have this guy. Okay, it looks like that's pretty much about it there. So Curry to the Dallas Mavericks. I'm curious to see what team they have. Okay, Ricky Rubio for some reason dipped down. Oh yeah, Evans, DeRozan, Jennings. Okay, there's some decent players in this draft. Okay, so Tony Kukoc Jr. pretty funny. Let's see. Let's take control of the Mavericks and see how Curry does. All right, so this is an interesting team that Curry's going to have here. Pretty young squad. They've got Greg Oden here, which is pretty interesting. Who ended up going number 1 overall. Interesting to see. Curry is here. We've got Rudy Gay. They got this Bennett guy. They got Tucker. These guys aren't real. They have Leandro Barbosa. We've got OJ Mayo. So that's pretty cool. Nate Robinson's here. So this is going to be the team Curry has. Interesting. Probably not very good, but, you know, we'll see how he does. All right, well, we do have a Rookie of the Year, Stephen Curry. He didn't win. I don't know if he won Rookie. Did he win Rookie of the Year in real life? I have no idea. But he definitely played better in this. He shot much better here and scored more in his rookie season. I can tell you that. Almost putting up 26 points a game, 7 assists, which is pretty cool to see. He's already got that deficiency down. And how many games did he play? He played all 82. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool to see. Early in his career, he had the injury concerns with his ankles. So nice to see him, not get hurt in his first season. Just looking at if he had made any All-NBA teams. He actually made All-NBA third team in his rookie season. That's pretty cool. I mean, he's a relatively older rookie, but still, nevertheless, pretty solid stuff there from Curry. And other than that, though, the Mavericks were terrible. Yeah, I don't expect to make any defensive teams. But yeah, the Mavericks were terrible. 32-50. So they'll have another lottery pick. Unless I think it might be actually going to the Nets as the Cavs win. LeBron James, who has been pretty good in this sim, is, I think, a 3-time champion. 4-time MVP. Very impressive stuff, LeBron. Well, Curry didn't make an All-NBA team this year, but he was an All-Star. He wasn't an All-Star that last season, but he was an All-Star this year. But they are in the playoffs, and let's take a look at his stats here. I'll put about 25 a game, 8 assists. Efficiency went a little bit down, but still nevertheless pretty solid. He's making a lot of threes. He's at 667 three-pointers, which is pretty good to see. He played 79 games, so he missed a few games this year, but still really good stuff there from Curry. And yeah, was able to lead his team to the playoffs. They got the Lakers in the first round. Probably going to be a loss. Who've got... Actually, you know what? They have Tim Duncan. I guess Tim Duncan went to L.A. That's kind of funny. Pau Gasol. Kobe is not on this team. Okay. Let's see what happens here. Will Dallas upset? And we blew a 3-1 lead. Nice. Who's on the Thunder? How is this team... I don't know how that team's a number 1 seed. And the Lakers win the finals. Tim Duncan, finals MVP. Wow. How did Curry do in his first taste of playoffs? Was he good? He was pretty solid. About 27.6 points, 8 assists. Pretty good. I mean, not too bad. The shooting split's 38.6% from 3. It's not bad. We'll take that. First taste of playoffs. I mean, he's going to continue to improve. Hopefully the team improves with him. So, good start there from Curry. Curry's back on an All-NBA team, 3rd team this year. Again, solid numbers, very good numbers from 3. Scoring went up a little bit from last year as well. Played a little less minutes, but he still was really good nevertheless, and shot a lot of he attempted a lot of 3-pointers. 82 games, all of them played, so he's definitely playing a lot more games earlier on in his career, which you like to see. And I'm sure he was an all-star again as well. And Dallas was a 4 seed this time around. And we've got, once again, the Memphis Grizzlies again. Well, not again, but we have them. They've got an interesting squad here, to say the least. I don't know why, but Rodney Stuckey in these career sims is kind of ridiculous. Yeah. I guess Rodney Stuckey is like a really good sim player. So let's see how Dallas can do against Grizzlies. And they get past them in 6. Now I got to take on the first-seeded Hornets with another God Simulator guy, and Mike Conley, who I've seen win MVP before. Like, he's that good. Also, Andrea Bargnani, for some reason, is also just really good. I can see us losing the series, and we do in 5. So let's take a look at the playoff stats. So see how Curry did in his second run. Odin got hurt, broken nose, and Rudy Gay was really good, though. He stepped up. Curry doing his thing, though, in the playoffs. So an improvement, step in the right direction. So you like to see that. As the Cavs win the finals, LeBron James, another finals MVP. Man, LeBron James in this career sim is looking really good. This time around, Curry made All-NBA second team, and you can see he put up a double-double, 31.4 points, 11.1 assists. That's great. That's fantastic. His free throw shooting, surprisingly, I feel like should be a little bit higher, but it's not. How many games did he play this year? I feel like he missed some games. Yeah, he only played 66 games, which that's a little bit upsetting, but still had a good year nevertheless. And then one thing I noticed was that our team was not as great because of that. We were the 6th seed, but we do have the Portland Trail Blazers, who have an interesting squad here, just looking at them. So, yeah, Derrick Rose, Jimmy Butler. Let's see how the Mavericks can fare against them. And we lost in 7. That's unfortunate. Playoff stats for Curry, obviously doing his thing. Carried the team, 35 points a game, almost 11 assists, over 2 steals. Extremely efficient. So it's kind of unfortunate, but maybe just needs a little bit more talent around him. Yeah, so far no championships. I mean, his first championship was in 2015. Carmelo's on the Heat now, so Carmelo went the LeBron route, going to the Heat. What year is this? 2012, 2013. So, yeah, Curry kind of burst around the scene at this time. This is where he kind of started to make his ride. So, he's found about the same career path. I think his numbers have been a little bit better, though, for sure. So that's one thing to note. But he does have, he's going to be a free agent. Let's see if Dallas decides to keep him. I would assume they will. So Curry is going to be staying in Dallas. You can see that contract right there for him. Other than that, though, I mean, looking at the team, the pieces around aren't fantastic. I mean, it's okay, but you'd like a little bit more. You'd like another guy. I mean, Odin's solid, but I don't know if that's. I feel like you just need another player to play alongside Curry, and it's just not another. There's no really other star level player on this team. All right, so Curry last season he didn't even make the playoffs, and they didn't make the playoffs this year again, and his numbers actually went down. He was an All-Star, 5-time All-Star. He's been a 2-time second-team All-NBA and a 2-time third-team All-NBA. Obviously, Rookie of the Year, first-team All-Rookie, but has not had the playoff success yet. Ironically, this would have been his MVP season, and he didn't win the MVP. So that's kind of crazy to look at. His numbers dipped a bit. I mean, he's still playing really well. But yeah, so far, I would say not ideal. Not very ideal right now. I mean, Curry has been. So, I mean, he played 75 games, just a lot of games. So, I like to see that. He hasn't really had any major injuries. But the team around him is just not very good. I don't even know what happened to Greg Oden. There's Greg Oden. I guess, yeah, he just doesn't score. Oh, my gosh, 28.9%. So, I don't know what's going to happen with Dallas. He's got 2 years left on his current deal. If I was him, I'd probably leave if they can't get any more talent. Bulls win the finals. Kevin Durant was an MVP and a finals MVP this past season, so good for him. All right, so Curry looks like he is back on track on another All-NBA second team here. 27 a game. Solid season for him again. I think at this point he might have broken the three-point record. I would assume. I don't know exactly what it is in this. Maybe it's different, though, because I think, Rayon might have played more games. But, yeah, 81 games played this year. So, he actually, the fact that he's been healthy and hasn't had many, other than, this season was kind of a blah season. But every other season, he's played, a ton of games. So, and injuries are on, as you can see. So, he's had, statistically, I think he's been better so far. But, obviously doesn't have the MVP. This would be his second-year MVP. And so far, he doesn't have it. So let's take a look at Sim and see what happens. So we got the Kings here in the second round, or first round, rather. And they were the 6th seed. Again, the team that we have, I just don't feel is that great, but I feel like we should beat the Kings. I don't think their team is that good either yet. I say that, and they sweep us. Okay, cool. Who's on their team again? I'm sorry, I gotta see. Yeah, I don't know how this team beat us. It's really not that great. But all right, makes sense, 2K. So, yeah, Curry right now not having the playoff success that he had in real life. So that's kind of unfortunate. It could have been a little bit better from the playoffs. In the playoffs, the efficiency, not quite Curry-like, but it wasn't terrible. As the Spurs win the finals. Kevin Durant on the Spurs. Finals MVP. Okay, so he went from the Bulls to the Spurs. All right, well, Curry's got one more year in this deal. I hope he leaves Dallas to go to a better team. All right, so Sim passed the season. The Mavericks didn't make the playoffs. I mean, Curry had another All-NBA caliber season, but just not good enough to make the playoffs. The team wasn't very good. And I'm really hoping that he decides to leave the Mavericks and go to a different team. Because it doesn't look like there's enough talent on this squad to kind of help him out. So there's that. But I guess we'll see what ends up happening here in free agency. Will he decide to stay in Dallas or leave? I guess we'll find out. I decided I want to go to the Pistons for one season to play with Al Horford, Linwood Francis, Huh. I don't know about this one. Very interesting decision there from Curry to decide that he wanted to go to Detroit. But okay, I guess we'll follow Detroit now and see how Curry ends up doing in his one season. All right, well, Curry is All-NBA first team. For the first time in his career, he put up 32.4 points per game, which is pretty insane. So, amazing scoring stats here. So his numbers did go up. The efficiency, again, still really good. I mean, he's not as good as a free throw shooter as he is in real life. It's kind of weird, but yeah, I would think by now he has the 3-point record, I would assume. I mean, he made 480. He took over 1,000 threes. That's ridiculous. He played all 82 games, so that's cool to see. He's been really healthy, so it's great. But no MVPs, anything like that. Did he make a defensive team? No, he was not going to make that. Come on now. Surprising, though, we were doing really well, but then the team absolutely struggled at the end of the season and just couldn't win any games. And well, now we're not the number one team. We were the number one seed at one point, but we dipped like crazy, and now we're playing against the Wizards. We've got Chris Paul, Sim God Chris Paul, who is going to sweep the Detroit Pistons just like that. And, well, it looks like Chris Paul will lose in the conference finals to James Harden. James Harden wins a ring in Toronto, which is pretty insane. So, right now, Curry's career, in terms of accolades, not as great in real life, if I had to say. Yeah, it's a little bit underwhelming. In the playoffs, he did not have a great playoffs efficiency-wise. Ooh, boy. Ooh, man. Not very good whatsoever in the playoffs. Ooh. Yeah, big dip. Okay, that's a problem, Curry, man. Curry is not as inspirational in this sim. I mean, listen, 8-time All-Star is pretty good. First team All-NBA, 3-time second team, 3-time third team. Did win Rookie of the Year. In real life, that was Tyreek Evans. But still no championship to show for it. No finals MVPs. No 2-time MVP. Crazy. Okay. Well, Curry is going to stay in Detroit, interestingly enough, for 3 more seasons. And this is the team he's got. So I guess good luck. It's ever happened in real life. Ben Simmons. Yeah, I know it's been a few seasons since we've given an update because Curry hasn't even made the playoffs, or let alone an All-NBA team. But now finally he's back. As you can see, he put up about 31 points a game, almost 10 assists. Again, good numbers, but unfortunately, just hasn't had the playoff success just yet. But I think they're finally back at the playoffs now, so that's good to see. Yeah, I made 475 threes. Jeez. Yeah, he has to have the 3-point record. He'll probably finish it over 5,000. He's played 81 games, which is a lot. But if we're being honest, the career has not been as good as, well, advertised, in my opinion. Because he doesn't have any championships, no MVPs. 10-time All-Star is pretty impressive. 2-time first team, 3-time second team, 3-time third team. But again, no championship, no MVP. By this point, he's a 2-time MVP, 3-time champ. One of those being unanimous. So, not quite there yet, Curry. Not quite there yet, my friend. But the Pistons are in the play to take on the Knicks, who've got De'Aaron Fox, Bradley Beal. Somehow they still have Julius Randle, which is kind of funny. Although this Julius Randle is not as good as real-life Julius Randle, which is kind of interesting. I guess they didn't draft him. They have DeAndre Ayton. Wow, this is a very interesting team. Okay, the Knicks probably going to lose. I wouldn't be surprised if we lose this game. Lose this series, rather. And, yep, Curry once again out in the first round. That's tough, man. This is tough. He hasn't. I don't think he's been to a conference finals, which is kind of crazy to think about, right? You get how good Curry is in real life, but Sim Curry just is not it. I mean, he was good in the playoffs, gotta say. He was very good in the playoffs, but just not enough around him. I mean, Nurkic. I'm pretty sure we had the number 2 overall pick. I don't know what happened to that, but they took Patrick Williams 2nd overall. Okay. I mean, I guess who else are you going to take, right? Because I think LaMelo would have went number 1. I mean, Anthony Edwards. You could have taken... Okay. Well, you know what? The Pistons not helping out. Grizzlies win the finals. Jason Tatum finals MVP. Good for him. He is now in Boston. Ironically, as he left Boston, the Pistons actually got better because they were able to pick up DeMarcus Cousins and Jason Tatum the moment that Curry leaves. And it's just funny. But I guess, you have Josh Jackson, Jonas Valanciunas, right? Yeah. Oh, brother. This team, man. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Curry, I don't know, man. You might not end up with the championship. I'm hoping he can, but it's going to be tough. Well, at least Curry is an All-NBA second-team performer in his first team in Boston, and finally had a 50-40-90 season. I'm just kind of surprised that he has not shot above 50% of 90% from the free throw line since, he started playing in his career. 79 games played as well is not too bad as well. But, yeah, no defensive teams or anything like that. It's Curry, so don't expect it. And they were a play-in team. Let's see if they can get out of the play-in, or will they not? And they do. Okay, so Curry is out of the play-in, and he's taking on the first-seeded Pacers, who've got Kevin Durant, interestingly enough, also former teammate Greg Oden, and also Malcolm Brogdon, Marcus Smart. Cool. Probably going to get bounced in the first round? Actually not. Okay, they're in the second round. All right. Got the Heat with Derrick Rose, who's still here. Healthy Derrick Rose. A what could have been scenario. Can Curry finally get to the conference finals? He can. He can, ladies and gentlemen. He's in the conference finals for the first time. And they got the Bucks with Dennis Smith Jr., Harrison Wilkes, LeBron James, Marvin Bagley III. LeBron James is 37 at this point. The numbers have regressed, obviously, in real life, though. He's putting up way better stats, but is he the all-time leading scorer in this scenario? I assume yes. Well, let's see if Curry finally gets to a finals. And ladies and gentlemen, Stephen Curry's finally in the finals to take on the Spurs with Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo's still doing his thing. Carmelo might be an all-time leading scorer, if we're being honest. Nah, maybe not, actually. No, that's a lie. But he's up there, though. That's pretty crazy. All right, well. Curry, can he get his first ring? Game 1 is a Celtic win by 6. Game 2, the Spurs win by 5. Game 3, Celtics win. Game 4, Spurs win. Game 5, Celtics win. Game 6, Spurs win. Oh, it's going to a Game 7. Do we simcast it? I guess we simcast it. Why not? Curry looking for his first championship. Can he get it with Boston? Not the best first quarter for Boston. Great second quarter. A decent third. And Curry will win his first championship of his career. It took him a very long time to get there, but he finally got there. And a finals MVP for Curry. That took a very long time, but he finally got his chip that he's been looking for. And a finals MVP to boot with it. And an Eastern Conference finals MVP. Surprise right here. DeAndre Ayton winning the MVP. So, Curry back on All-NBA first team. They didn't make the playoffs last season. Almost a 50-40-90 season for him. But nevertheless, he's looking really good. He's had a great career. Getting that championship also huge. Scoring over 30,000, but I don't think he's going to do that in real life. Just because of, his injuries, in his early in his career. And even now, but I got to say, he's had a great career. We look at the awards. Now I said, 13-time All-Star. Only a one-time champion. No MVPs, though. Only one ring. First team NBA 4 times. Second team 4 times. Third team 3 times. Rookie of the Year, which is pretty cool, but... No, it's tough to say if this has been a better career or not. It's been a good career. Very good career. Hall of Fame, obviously. These are all going to be Hall of Fame careers, but it's just... Is it better than real life? I don't know. He might win a second one here. You never know. You got the Wizards. This is a tough Wizards team. I guess we have Anthony Simons now. I didn't realize that. Okay. Let's see how Curry can fare in the playoffs. They do get past the Wizards in 7. And now I got the Raptors, who beat the Knicks. Look at that. Joel Embiid on the Raptors. That's pretty funny. And the Celtics almost losing 7 after blowing a 3-0 lead, I think. But they are in the conference finals to take on the Pacers again, who've got Trae Young, now with Kevin Durant. That's a very good matchup. That's a very good duo, rather. And Celtics are back in the finals. Brandon Ingram and the Rockets versus Curry on the Celtics. Celtics versus Rockets in the finals. Game 1 is a Rocket win by 8 points. Game 2, Rockets win again. And Game 3, the Celtics win. Game 4, the Celtics win. Game 5, the Rockets win. And the Rockets win 6. Okay. Jabari Parker, finals MVP, because that makes sense. The Rockets had Kemba Walker, Jawan Tate, who I guess isn't real. Yeah, he's not. Okay. Well, how did Curry do in the playoffs? Also, he got his second conference finals MVP, I'm pretty sure, so that's cool to see. But pretty solid numbers. 36 years old, still doing his thing. How did he do in the finals? I think he's pretty good. There's not enough around him. I'm surprised he got there. I'm not going to lie. I thought the Pacers team would win. Well, Curry decided to leave the Celtics to go to the Thunder with Ben Simmons. So that's interesting. And Mikal Bridges. Aaron Gordon. Okay, it's an interesting team. They got Ron Holland as well. Curry is 36, though. He signed a 2-year deal. This could be his final contract. We'll see. But I guess we'll take control of the Thunder, watch out, and see how they do. The playoffs with the Thunder. His numbers did definitely take a dip. He also missed 15 games this season. Still pretty solid nevertheless, and obviously he's had a very good career so far. He was an all-star, though, this year, interestingly enough. And you can see his total points scored. He has made 5,772 threes, which is absolutely outrageous to think about. So there's that. We'll see how the Thunder could do in the playoffs. They're taking the Memphis Grizzlies on. They have Larry Markkinen, Mo Bamba's in the 88 overall somehow. Interestingly, okay. Let's see what happens here. Sim the play-in, sim the playoffs. So here we go. How will Curry do? And the Thunder, they will lose in 5. So that's it for Curry this season. He might have one more year left in him. But I don't know after that what's going to happen. Jokic and the Knicks. We got James Wiseman winning Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Good for him. But how did Curry do in the playoffs? He was not good at all. Oh boy, he was terrible. The assists were pretty good, but his shooting splits were terrible from the field in 3. So this could be it for him. I don't know. Let's see. Does he retire? He does not. So he's got one more season left in him, it looks like, at the minimum. So in Curry's final season right now with the Thunder, they are a play-in team. Curry did play 78 games, which is a lot. And he ended up being the leading scorer, 19 points a game. So he actually upped his stats a little bit, and he had a 50-40-90 season. A really impressive, efficient 50-40-90 season to boot. Although you can see the numbers, not as great as in years past. Still, nevertheless, doing his thing out there. Made 276 threes and has had made over 6,000 threes in his career, which is absolutely insane to think about. Played 78 games. So he played a little bit more games this year. This could be his last season, though. Let's see what he's thinking. He might not be thinking retirement. He wants to stay in the league, it looks like. So we'll see what ends up happening if he stays with OKC or decides to leave Sim to play in. And OKC could not get out of the play-in. So there's that. We'll see if Curry ends up retiring or if he keeps on his promise and tries to sign with the team. Look at that. Markelle Fultz on the Sixers, and he actually ended up being drafted by them and staying, and things turned out well for him, except they lost in the finals to Kobe White and the Spurs. Well, speaking of Markelle Fultz, he is coming to this team. And so I guess he'll be the starting point, which means Curry might come off the bench. Still an 88 overall. And, they have a good team. Ron Holland, Mikal Bridges. This is a good team. This is a chance. Maybe Curry can get a ring. But he is staying for one more season at the very minimum, so that's pretty cool. I had said that team was going to be good and ended up not making the playoffs. So there's that, and Curry did end up deciding to call it quits. Ironically, people want me to do a Kevin Durant and a Russell Westbrook career sim, and they also retired this season as well. A lot of guys here. Kevin Love, James Harden, Stephen Curry, Hassan Whiteside, John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins. Wow, yeah, this could be a really, really good Hall of Fame class. So I'm excited to see that. But let's take a look at Curry's stats, just some of them. So great career for him. Obviously, we'll look at when he gets to the Hall of Fame, because he can be a Hall of Famer, clearly, right? Over 35,000 points scored. 12,568 assists is pretty solid. If we take a look at his threes, 6,272 three-pointers is just ridiculous. And And yeah, fantastic stuff there from Curry. I mean, he did get a championship, which is pretty cool. A 15-time All-Star. He has a Finals MVP as well to his name. But no MVPs, though. 4-time first team All-NBA, 4-time second team, 3-time third team, and a Rookie of the Year. It's tough to say if this is a better career than he's currently had in real life. I would say it's debatable, but I'd say no. I'd say maybe real life career might be slightly more accomplished just because he has 4 rings and he has the chance to get more and more All-Star appearances, more All-NBA appearances, and he's not going to have 6,000 threes, I can tell you that. That's that's not going to happen, but I know. That's all good, though. Let's take a look at the Hall of Fame class. I'm excited to see this. Yeah, wow, look at this Hall of Fame class here. Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, Russell Westbrook, DeMarcus Cousins, and then John Wall as well. That's pretty cool to see. So, yeah, you can see the comparison here to everybody. KD was a 2-time MVP, which is pretty cool to see from him. But nobody else won an MVP. You can see the All-Star appearances, championships, and Finals MVPs. Westbrook, even in this career, wasn't a first-timer. Never won a championship, which is kind of crazy. No defensive teams for Curry. But he did win Rookie of the Year, got Rookie First Team, and was on some All-NBA teams as well. So, I mean, a great career. Hall of Fame, obviously. But I don't know if it's as good as his real-life career, just in terms of if you factor in the rings and all that. But, you know, great career nevertheless. And he did get his number retired by Dallas, but not by Boston. The Boston did not retire his number. He didn't spend enough time there, but he did get a championship in Boston, but not in Dallas. Dallas, unfortunately, just wasn't where he could do it. So let's take a look at the stats, though. So we'll take a look at league news, league history, and all that cool stuff. We'll take a look at the records, his NBA records. Curious to see if we had any Korea cool stuff here. Actually, 3-pointers, yeah, Curry, 489 in a season is ridiculous. Obviously in a career, but also I want to see like in a game if he had any records. There's 13 tied for first. Okay, so let's look at career. So here we go. Start off with where are points? Total points. So Curry finishes number 7 all time in points, which is pretty cool. That's pretty cool to see. Yeah, top 10 all time, number 7, which is ridiculously good. So good for Curry. Field goals made, you could see Curry is number 11. 3-pointers made, nobody's even at it. Nobody else is even at 5,000, and Curry's at 6,000. That's just outrageous. I mean, he's not going to get there in real life, but the fact that he has that many threes is honestly crazy. It's just crazy. It's crazy. I think Ray Allen's... Where's Reggie Miller? Is Reggie Miller is even on here? I think Ray Allen was like somewhere up here. Like, I think Ray Allen wouldn't even be top 50 in the like actual Ray Allen. Ray Allen is up here at 3,000 in the career in this, but yeah, wow, absolutely wild. Free throws made. He might be up here. He might not be up here. I don't know. But I don't think we care too much. Yeah, he's 63rd. Okay. Rebounding. Yeah, we're not going to see Curry on this. Assists, though, he is number 4 all time, which is pretty cool to see. He actually could have played like a few more seasons. He was 88 overall and he retired. Block shots, he's not going to be on here. Steals. Steals, he has a chance to be on here. But probably, yeah, 25th all time, so that's pretty cool to see. Minutes, he's number 18, I saw. Turnovers, he's number 8. Not that it really matters. And then obviously, wow, points per game. Why is it that LeBron is up here, but Curry? I guess, you know, you have to probably, like, simulate another season for him to get on there. But I think he'd be somewhere over here. And then that's pretty much about it. 3-point percentage, same thing. But he had a really good 3-point percentage. We all know that. Double-doubles, maybe? They're double-double stat? He had 4 than 40-point games. He had 11 50-point games, which is pretty cool to see. Yeah. So, good career. Is it as good as real life? I'd say probably not. especially since it's still going on. Like, we don't know how much longer Curry's gonna be playing for, but you know, there's still more time for him. I would say it's pretty good, but I think that maybe his real life career will end up being a little bit better than this. But he won't get 30,000 points. I don't know if he'll get 30,000 points. He definitely can gain 6,000 threes. I can tell you that for sure. But with that being said, we'll go to the first and close the video. Well, that's going to be it for me. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, hit the like button on it and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Comment on this video. Go to socials, playlist, second channel, main channel, down description. If you like other content, be TJP. With that being said, take care, everybody. See you soon.